Welcome back, Super Friends and Super Family. I'm Nick, and today I'm reacting to Friends, Season 7, Episodes 3 and 4. So excited to jump into more of Season 7, get a feel of maybe some of the bigger arcs and directions the characters are going to go this season. Am I the only one who's hoping that maybe Ross and Rachel... I don't think this is going to happen. I don't even know if it's ever going to happen. Like, the Ross and Rachel days might be an era that I can just think back on and kind of like, and I don't even know if I want them to ultimately end up together, but just the dynamic of will they, won't they? Part of me almost feels nostalgic about that, which feels funny to say considering I just watched that, what was it, a year ago? Has it been a year since I started reacting to Friends? I don't want to think about how quickly time flies, so I'm going to skip past trying to figure out when I started the show. That might not be what happens at all in the show, but I am excited to see, you know, kind of the build up to Monica and Chandler's wedding because they're just so awesome together. It's, you know, inevitably there's going to be some more conflicts, I feel like, if I had to guess, like right before the wedding itself, just so that there's some drama, some intrigue, some suspense, just to play with our emotions more. But I do feel 99% secure that they're going to get married and they're going to be really happy. And so that's just an awesome thing to know about. You know, it's so great to have those two characters find so much happiness together. I have not yet grown tired of seeing those heartwarming moments of the two of them. But as always, if you want to watch along the full unedited reaction that is up on Patreon, along with future episodes of Season 7 of Friends, it's the best way to support the channel. Thank you so much to everyone who does. Let's just get right into it. Friends, Season 7, Episodes 3 and 4.
What do you think?
About what?
What?
Yeah, what? Are you kidding?
There's glasses.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint.
How could they not notice? Come on.
I got glasses.
You always had glasses.
Ross, what universe have you been living in?
No, I didn't.
Are you sure?
Yes, question him.
Burgundy, and they made you look kind of,
Feminine.
yes.
What?
Sweetie, I think the glasses look great. They make you look really sexy.
That's the good response right there.
Think I used to wear glasses, right?
Of course.
Oh, really? Really? That was smooth, though. That was a smooth fiance move. What was I gonna say? Oh, that little opening of me is funny. I don't know how realistic it is, but it is a great commentary on how you always think that people are like paying more attention to how you look and changes that you make in how you look, when the truth is most people are just so caught up in their own head and their own appearance and what's going on there. So many things you think people are fixated on they don't care about.
If someone wants to give us a present, we don't want to deprive them of that joy.
Good point. Good point.
Portable CD players.
Unless someone borrowed it and left it at the gynecologist.
What?
Yeah, and by someone, she means Joey.
Yes, yes.
I want to have your grandmother's cookie recipe.
You mean the chocolate chip cookie recipe?
That's a good gift.
My grandmother made me swear on her deathbed that I would never let out of our family?
That's intense. That's intense.
People say the craziest things.
Now I kind of want to know about it even more.
Cookies for my children.
Break my heart. Oh, all right.
Our kids are gonna be fat, aren't they?
Don't worry about those problems yet.
Oh, so you finally took it out of the marina, huh?
Why would I do that?
What have you been doing?
Great place to just kind of sit, hang around, drink a few beers, eat some chips.
Well, it's good that you finally have a place to do that.
When I was 15, my dad bought me my own boat.
Oh my gosh, someone grew up rich.
What? He was trying to cheer me up. My pony was sick.
Oh my gosh, wow. I mean, I knew Rachel came from a wealthier family, but wow. A pony and a boat? Can you even imagine?
What?
Nothing, I just like to go like this.
You're very smart. You're a good writer.
Why? Do you have a lecture?
No, why?
Then free as a bird. What's up?
Didn't really ask for you. He asked for Chauncey. I assumed he meant you.
Oh.
Did you correct him?
Thought it would be more fun this way.
Ross? Really?
Could sit with him on the front porch and make sure no one steals the trash cans.
That sounds like more fun.
No problem. Maybe I'll play with my left hand.
You're not a lefty?
Does anybody know me?
No, your friends do not know you.
What's wrong, sweetie? I just went to my old apartment to get you the cookie recipe.
It's gone? Don't tell me.
Stupid fire burned it up.
Oh, shoot.
Make a copy and keep it in a fireproof box and keep it at least 100 yards away from the original.
Because I'm normal.
Okay, that was a great response, Phoebe.
Don't worry about it, Phoebes.
No one got me an engagement present.
That's because they'd all be broke if they gave you one each time.
I made a batch and I froze it, the only one left.
Gross.
It's frozen. It would be okay, right?
Figure out the recipe from this cookie. I do stuff like this at work all the time.
Oh, wow. Monica's showing her skills here.
Ross, we owe you a present.
2, I've been engaged twice.
I mean, that would cheer Ross up after that.
Get out of the way, jackass!
Don't have boat rage. Is that a thing?
That is the Coast Guard.
I'm gonna go over the basic points one more time. Are you ready?
Not again, I got it, okay?
Do you, though? Do you?
What's this called?
Boat, rope.
It should be, right?
You get the mainsail up.
Rub it.
Come on, that was hilarious. That deserved a way bigger laugh. Don't do that.
You do not know what you are doing out at sea. You will die at sea. Am I getting through to you, sailor?
Dang, this is intense. I want to be on a boat and relax.
You could really get hurt out here. Okay, so do you want to pay attention or do you want to die?
Are those the only options?
I want to make a ship to shore call to Chandler.
I definitely taste nutmeg.
You do?
Well, that's the difference between a professional and a layman.
Okay, Monica. Okay, relax.
Arrogance.
Good comeback.
How was sailing?
Traumatizing.
Please save me a whole cookie.
No!
Ah! Joey!
Women are mean!
Well, I had a great time.
Chauncey, how did he do?
I will tell the story.
What happened?
We were bonding. He even said that I could call him Dad.
What did he ask you not to call him?
Daddy.
Oh, I could see that not going over very well.
I walk into the steam room, and it's really steamy.
Oh, what happened?
Have a seat, son.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, that is such a great facial expression.
Chandler, I can't believe it.
I know.
You gave my father a lap dance.
Why did they put so much steam in there?
Because otherwise they'd have to call it the room.
That's pretty clever, Ross.
It's not that big a deal.
Not that big a deal. There was touching of things.
I know you wanted to bond with my dad, but did you
That's too
really have
much.
to bond to that part?
Ross is loving this. I'm loving this too.
This is really funny. He'll be telling the story for years.
I don't want.
To his therapist.
Still tells a story about how Monica tried to escape from fat camp.
I kind of want to hear that story.
Wasn't escaping.
Then how'd you get caught in the barbed wire?
There's barbed wire?
Trying to help out a squirrel.
You were trying to eat it.
Is your father calling to tell this story? Then the marriage is off.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, you have the wrong number.
That was the dad. That was the dad.
Okay, I'll call you later, Dad. I love you.
100%. Monica's like doing damage control right now.
Let him off to see your dad.
And you better make sure he tips you this time.
Try to convince him not to tell the story anymore. I figured the best way to do that was face to face.
That's not gonna work.
Hey, are you getting Monica and Chandler an engagement present?
You know, they didn't get us anything.
Thank you.
Well, hello. So when are we getting back out on the
Never.
water, mate?
Never happening.
Never.
Why not?
Because you're mean on the boat.
I was just trying to teach
Ross
you.
is like, I understand this.
It's mean.
Yep. On her dad's boat, she wouldn't let me help out at all.
Couldn't move your arms because you were wearing 3 life jackets.
That does sound like such a Ross thing to do.
You have to respect the sea.
Unagi and respect the sea. Codes to live by.
He used to yell at me all the time on the boat. I mean, it was horrible.
That actually makes sense where that behavior comes from.
The good teacher say put down the beer,
A
pinhead.
good student drinks 7 beers during his first lesson.
Yes,
I didn't want you to get hit by the boom.
And it would have hurt a lot less if I'd have finished that last beer.
true.
I won't boss you around,
And you'll be nice,
and I'll be nice.
be topless.
Joey, Joey. Oh my gosh. Imagine if Rachel hadn't been paying attention to what he was saying.
What was that for, like a bake sale?
No.
No, just a Friday night.
But not as good as batch 17.
The ones we had right after you almost threw up.
I did not like batch 16.
Clearly.
I'm okay.
What was that cookie like?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think there's one from batch 17 left.
Do they know which one? Is that 16?
Batch 16 people, get out of the way!
Okay, go to the left.
How long is Rachel gonna be able to put this up? Oh my gosh.
left.
Joey, come
Just
on.
sit over there. No, no, very quiet. Said with love. No, no.
You want to have me a little beer on the port side? See what I did there? Wait a minute.
I can't wait for Rachel to snap.
Joey, we're laughing a little bit, so you tighten up the Cunningham?
You're speaking another language.
I did not see the fish. I did not see the piece of styrofoam that was shaped like Mike Tyson.
I want to see that.
All right, that's it. You're yelling, and I don't see you taking your top off.
You're not finished yet, and I won't have it. Greens do not quit. Oh my God! Wait, did I just said greens don't quit, didn't I?
Yep.
Did I just say greens don't quit?
Yes, yes.
You did, and you.
Dang. Poor Rachel with her dad, man.
Oh my God, this is horrible. I've been trying so hard not to be my mother. I did not see this coming.
Dang. Dang.
I did learn.
Did you?
I know what a mainsail is. I know to duck when the boom comes across. I know port is right.
Left.
Damn it.
Well, he got two things. He got two things. That's such an interesting moment with Rachel, though, right?
Trying to figure out her recipe. I bet she's looking up at us and smiling right now.
That's dark, Phoebe. That's dark.
Oh, she was really nice to me, but she's in hell for sure.
I do make the best duck confit with broccoli rabe.
That's something.
Kids love that, right?
Monica, don't cry.
Promised to myself that the next time I would talk to Ursula is over my dead body. And that's not happening till October 15th, 2032.
Oh, dang, dang.
That's the day you're gonna die. Darn it, I've got shuffleboard that day.
That's what you think.
Oh, dang. Oh, dang.
Grandmother said she got the recipe from her grandmother, Nestlé Toulouse. Nestlé Toulouse.
Nestle Toll House?
Oh, my gosh. Is anything Phoebe was told as a child true?
Americans always butcher the French language.
I don't know if you should tell her.
Yes!
Oh, my gosh. You gotta be kidding me.
It is stuff like this, which is why you're burning it out!
Yeah, that is a criminal offense for sure.
Comfortable if you didn't tell people what happened. You know, I'm a little...
This is gonna go wrong somehow.
There's nothing more horrifying than embarrassing yourself in front of your in-laws.
But,
When I started dating Judy, I was unemployed. Told them I was a lawyer.
really?
What'd you do when they found out?
They never did.
Dang.
Giving them legal advice, just nod along.
That's pretty legendary. That's legendary. Oh!
So, I guess we wear swimsuits in here.
Oh, gosh.
I hate to admit it, your way of sailing is a lot more fun. All right. Here you go. Oh, wow.
This is Joey's heaven, man.
Careful!
Oh, Joey.
You wasted good pastrami! Oh my God. I'm my dad!
It's alright, now you can fully understand each other.
Explosives don't mix.
Come on, let him enjoy it. It's his work. They don't like it, do they? None of them.
So what'd you guys think?
I mean, it did seem a little bit rough, to be honest.
It wasn't the best.
That was one of the worst things ever.
Oh, he's not a writer. He's not a writer. He's stuck with the
Just
script.
on TV.
Oh, dang. What a review.
So we were watching you in there, and you were sitting right here. Whoa!
Oh, no, I'm just gonna going to press my breasts up against him.
Well, that will get you out of it.
Say nothing?
Uh-huh, yeah, that's right.
Is she really gonna do that?
It wasn't that good.
Phoebe had the best tactic of all of them. Oh, dang. That's rough that Joey's kind of stuck on a mediocre to bad show, but, you know, it's work. He's a working actor. That's an achievement right there.
I think that your favorite animal says very much about you.
No.
You mean behind my back?
That's a good response.
You're not gonna believe what my agent just told me.
Joey.
Oh, who has the better story? Who has the better story?
I'm gonna be on 2 TV shows.
Joey,
Dang.
Yeah, guess who walks into my office is the end of my story.
That's the punchline.
Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren walked into my office.
Okay.
At least let me finish mine.
Same story.
Really long.
Be the new merchandising manager for Polo Retail.
Dang. Well done.
Wedding dresses? Yeah. I'm so happy for you.
They want me back on Days of Our Lives.
No way.
I get a big pay raise.
Ooh, who has the better?
Twin brother striker.
I get to hire my own assistant.
I got a head rush from standing up too fast.
Be happy for each other. Everyone can. It's not a zero-sum game here.
How did I do? Was this okay?
What?
I've never interviewed anyone.
Well, it was good until this part, Rachel.
We did have a maid, but this isn't the same thing.
No, dear, it's not.
Hello?
Wow.
I think we know who the new assistant's going to be.
Okay, well let's just have a look-see here.
And I really don't have a lot of experience.
Doesn't matter.
About you got 3 years painting houses,
Just what you need.
whole summers at TGI Fridays.
Rachel.
Human resources, everybody has to do it. Would you just stand up, please?
Oh, this is amazing. You must be new here. What? What's the gossip?
All the whispering.
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Married people aren't supposed to have secrets between one another.
It's a surprise for you, maybe.
But still no. Okay, so why don't you tell me what happened to Ross junior year at Disneyland?
Oh, no, I can't do that.
Oh, I want to know.
So Ross has about 10 tacos, and anyway, we're on Space Mountain.
Tacos sound good right now.
God, he threw up.
No, he visited a town a little south of Throw Up.
On Space Mountain? Oh, that would ruin the experience forever.
Nancy Thompson from Phoebe's old massage place is getting fired.
That's it? I gave up my Disneyland story for that?
That's a letdown.
You lose, sucker!
Monica spotted an opportunity here.
You still marry me?
Come on, that's endearing. That's not annoying.
You have an assistant, right?
Did she call? You told her I was sick, right? Always tell her I am sick.
Panic on his face.
And there's this guy.
What about him?
I love him.
You hire them because they're qualified.
Uh-huh.
That's not what Rachel's gonna do.
That makes a lot of sense, but can I just say one more thing? Look how pretty.
Just gonna change Phoebe's mind.
You can't hire him because it's not professional. This is for me, yes?
Hire Hilda tomorrow. Dumb, old, perfect for the job, Hilda.
Let me see this guy. Wow.
Dang.
Don't show this to Monica, and don't tell her about the wow.
Phoebe's like, yeah, I definitely won't.
Well, it's funny. These halls look smaller than they used to.
It's a different building.
Here are the audition scenes.
Audition? Oh.
Everybody has to audition.
Oh, dang.
I got my own cable TV series with a robot.
Come on, just audition.
Sorry, Joey, that's the way it is.
This is DiCaprio and James Cameron for Titanic. True story.
Sitting up here in your fancy small hall building,
Come on, Joey, just audition.
making stars jump through hoops for you, huh? Well, you know what? I was Dr. Draco More.
Dang, I think that's a missed opportunity, no?
I wanted to bring you your first. There is a plant in your office.
Kinda.
This is a decent tactic to get the job, right?
I'm guessing you hired somebody. Thanks again for meeting with me.
But I hired you.
What? I thought you just like ask him out or something.
You're my new assistant.
I can't believe it.
Go downstairs and find a woman named Hilda and tell her to go home.
Ooh, poor Hilda. Poor Hilda. What is that going to lead to with Rachel, you know?
Ever since you told me that story, I've had such a craving for them.
Me too. I'm craving tacos, even though the story's gross.
Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. You know?
Oh, no. Go away. Go away. Look at the candles. This is a romantic dinner.
Are you making dinner?
No.
What, it's date night.
They're just, they're ground beef smileys.
Tacos. Still can't eat those.
Really? Ever? No type of tacos? Oh, no. You're laughing too loud.
It's so funny.
That was a good recovery. Wow, I'm impressed.
Not laughing?
Oh, shoot.
You told her.
Nancy Thompson's getting fired.
That's not going to save you.
Food poisoning. It's not like I said, what would make this ride more fun?
Ross, trust me, we know. We know.
I shouldn't be laughing. I should be laying down papers for you.
Can't keep secrets from one another.
Monica should know about Atlantic City.
Dude.
Oh, what happened in Atlantic City?
Well, Chandler and I are in a bar.
Did you not hear me say dude?
This girl is making eyes at Chandler. After a minute or two, I see them kissing. Not the type of guy who just goes to bars and makes out with girls.
Dang.
It was dark, and he was a very pretty guy.
I love how Monica is so happy to hear this.
How's Hilda? Is she working out?
My new assistant is working out.
Let's keep it vague. Yes, he works out.
Very happy that I hired my new assistant.
Don't use a pronoun.
Producers over at Mac and Cheese, if you'll excuse me for a minute.
Oh, it better not be bad news, I swear.
I was just looking over next week's script. Canceled.
Shoot.
Taking it off the air? Oh.
Oh, this is such bad news.
We're not even shooting them anymore?
Joey.
They canceled Mac and Cheese.
Right when he got a break in his career.
Why would they do that? It was a good show, right?
That was set up really well earlier.
Ross used to wear leg warmers.
This is the best day ever for Monica.
Well, maybe Chandler should know some of your secrets, too.
I already told him everything. You shush!
She ate the macaroni off a jewelry box she'd made.
Ross used to stay home every Saturday night to watch Golden Girls.
Never seen any of that show.
Couldn't tell time until she was 13.
It's hard for some people.
I've met people who couldn't tell time with a regular clock who are like 20.
Chandler one time wore my underwear to work.
Hey!
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any more for Ross.
I slept with the lady who cleaned our dorm.
That was you.
Ross, was that blocked for your memory?
Yesterday, I had 2 TV shows. Today, I got nothing.
Show business can be brutal, man.
Well, they might be a little mad at me over there.
You might have ruined that relationship.
Maybe I got a little upset, and maybe I told them where they could go. Because they wanted me to audition.
You, an actor? Madness!
Phoebe, that is the correct response. Come on. It's part of the job. If you don't want to do it, you got to pick a new career, I think. Phoebe, what are you doing here? I mean, we know, but...
Hi, Rachel Green's office.
You must be Hilda.
Phoebe, that's a great name.
Oh, you like that? You should hear my phone number.
Phoebe has had some great lines this episode, man.
So, you hired yourself a little treat, did ya?
Yes.
Cute assistant. What's his story? Is he like...
Gay, yeah.
Well played, Rachel.
Surprised your big head could fit through our small halls.
Just be humble.
You gotta give me another chance.
I can't help you, Joe.
Wait, Terry, please.
Please, help me out, for old time's sake.
Give him a shot.
It's not hopeless. Dr. Stryker Ramori's a miracle worker.
Down back, baby! Phoebe!
Oh, good. Oh, good. Wait, they brought his character back? Okay. All right.
In my defense, there was no glitter on the macaroni and very little glue.
Quick, what time is it?
I don't know, time to get the guy, maybe? What are you laughing at, Pampers?
Let's just have a truce, right?
Should keep all the stuff we told each other secret from everybody else.
Definitely.
Mutually assured destruction.
Go hang out with some people who don't know the Space Mountain story.
I'd steer clear of Phoebe.
Oof. You're running out of friends, Ross.
But I wouldn't hang out with all the guys in my office.
Hi.
Rachel. Rachel. Now you can't even focus on your work.
I got asked out twice today while I was at lunch by guys. Did you tell someone that I was gay?
Oh,
Just the competition.
do you not want people to know that?
No, I'm not gay. And I especially wouldn't want you to think I was gay.
Oh.
I don't think I should say.
Oh, you can say. Come on.
It's not gonna be what it's not gonna be what she thinks, is it?
I'd love to ask out your friend Phoebe.
Oh.
Yeah, she's gay.
Oh, Rachel. Has anyone done that in real life? Be honest. All right, so that is Friends, Season 7, Episodes 3 and 4. I thought those two episodes were both really, really funny. I mean, Episode 1 and 2, I was laughing a lot, and I'd have to compare the laugh. It would be difficult to exactly, like, mathematically say which one I laughed at more, Episodes 1 and 2 or 3 and 4, but I honestly feel like these stood out as particularly funny episodes. Just, like, really strong storylines and some really good writing with the punchlines and the jokes and the fights between the characters. But with Episode 3... we had, Rachel and Joey spending some time on the boat, which still every time I see it, this is just the boring, play it safe with money side of me. But every time I just see the boat, I'm like, oh, Joey, I can't believe you ended up spending so much money on this thing. But it was an interesting storyline, right? With Rachel kind of like yelling at Joey, and there's a balance to it. Like, I could honestly understand Rachel's frustration with Joey, like, not taking any of the lessons seriously when she's kind of taking the time to do that. But I also understand, like, if you're taking a boat out, I'm assuming the main goal is to relax and have a good time. So the last thing you want is someone screaming at you and just feeling the tension of, like, making one tiny mistake. So I thought that was kind of a funny scenario, but I really like the direction that they took that storyline, which I actually feel like was a little bit more serious, where we got to see a glimpse of what it was like for Rachel growing up. And, it was nice how at the beginning of that episode, we hear about Rachel, growing up. Like I said, we know she's from a wealthy family, but there's wealthy and then there's wealthy. I mean, if you have a horse and a boat as a kid, that's insane, at least for me. I can't even imagine having that type of a childhood. Not even saying I would want that, to be honest. And on that related note, I like how we start that episode, where maybe some people would be envious of Rachel's childhood, hearing how many things she had and just how privileged she was in a lot of material ways as a kid. But then as we get to know more about, just a little another glimpse, we don't hear a ton of details about everything that happened, but we can infer based off Rachel's behavior what it was like for her with her dad in a lot of scenarios, right? And that just brings up a very accurate point to me that I think was highlighted by that story of not only, the fear of, like, kids becoming their parents and those same negative qualities, especially in those specific situations being the same with you, but also, like, was Rachel's childhood better than Joey's childhood? It's hard to judge because what you might have, as 100, which is Rachel's, gifts that she had as a kid, which are way, way bigger than most kids out there. She also might be missing some love and some attention and patience from her father, for example, which is kind of priceless, right? So to me, it's like, I thought that was a nice little reminder of, like, the differences of gifts that you can have growing up as a kid. And then I also do appreciate, like they kind of explained in the episode, just obviously the idea of, like, not wanting to turn out like your parents in some certain way, and just how difficult that can be, because I think virtually everyone on earth has that fear to a certain extent, unless your parents were just 100, even if you have great parents. There's always things, everyone's human, no one's perfect, and there's something in your childhood you can remember and be like, I don't want to be like that, or be like that with my kids. But it's difficult to escape that, right? Because you are, in most cases, very much like your parents. That's where inertia is going to take you, and like unless you actively work against it. But anyways, I thought it was cool that by the end of the episode, you know, Joey, of course, realizes that he takes sandwiches seriously, which is very fitting, and then he can kind of bond and understand Rachel's behavior even better, because we're all in the same boat, pun intended, so to speak, in that sense. And then, of course, we have Phoebe with the perfect cookie recipe passed on from her grandmother, and turns out to not be so unique of a recipe. And that was a fun storyline. I do feel a little bit bad for Phoebe, you know, just how much, like, how many honest things were told to Phoebe as a kid, right? It's just everyone in her family was lying to her pretty much constantly. That's kind of rough, but it was funny that we find out that the special recipe for Phoebe's cookie is just another cookie. But Monica, I would advise not stressing out about it. If a kid is growing up with you and Chandler as the parents, and you're baking I mean, first of all, Monica's cooking as a mom is going to be fantastic. You're already going to be leagues ahead of so many other kids. But on top of that, you bake kids cookies? No kid, at least unless they're just beyond spoiled, is going to be complaining, unless it's just, you know, like the number 16 cookie and your kid is a young Ross. But that is not going to happen. So you'll be fine, Monica. Your kids will love your baked cookies, trust me. But I feel like even funnier than that was the storyline with Chandler and, you know, Monica and Ross's dad, and just the awkwardness of that, you know, in the steam room. And just the storyline itself wasn't the most, like, insanely innovative or anything like that, but just Chandler's facial, I mean, I love seeing Monica's parents in any capacity, so I just automatically gets points for that. But just the reaction to the, you know, from Chandler, like his facial expressions were so strong and so amusing in that situation. And then I love how happy Ross was, you know, hearing that story and knowing that that happened, and knowing that that story was going to get spread around to many different people. And then speaking of embarrassing situations, I thought the storyline of episode 4 was really strong as well, where we basically had a battle of embarrassment going on, and started off with obviously Chandler and Monica kind of trading secrets there, which I really think Monica knew exactly what she was doing. She really just how long has she been trying to figure out the secret of what Ross did on Space Mountain, you know? Like, was that even a setup with Phoebe? It wouldn't surprise me if, like, the entire scenario was a setup where Monica's like, okay, don't tell me this about your friend. Let's go in here and just tell it to me in a secretive way, because I'm trying to get something from Chandler. And props to her for that method, because that takes commitment and dedication, and maybe a little bit of insanity, but I'm all for it. But then I thought it just led to a great scene where we just basically have a war of embarrassing stories back and forth. And, you know, everyone gets, at first Monica's just enjoying it, right, between Ross and Chandler, but then Monica, of course, herself gets dragged into it. And it kind of touched on the theme of that episode, which is about honesty in relationships. And I kind of agree with the lesson of this episode, where as a general rule, like, obviously married couples and people in a relationship, you shouldn't have secrets from each other, but it doesn't have to literally be every single detail of your life. It's like, what's meant by that is that you're honest and you're not hiding anything in a significant way that might potentially hurt the other person or affect how they view, you know, everyone understands what is meant by, like, not keeping secrets from someone. I don't think anyone's going to hold it against you if you don't tell your partner about a Space Mountain story, whatever that Space Mountain story has to do with your friends is. Everyone has their own different one. You don't necessarily have to share that. At least that's my view. But I'd love to know your opinion about that. Do you think that if you're with someone in a serious way, like in a relationship or you're married, you have to tell them every single little thing? And then I also think just the awkwardness, the shared awkwardness that all three of them had when, like, all their embarrassing secrets were out and they all, like, knew that, had that information on each other. Like I said, it's like mutually assured destruction. And I do think that's so true with friends. Like, there are definitely aspects of your life, and depending on how close you are with different friends that you have in your life, where there's things you probably don't want to share, right? I mean, some things are better just kept to yourself. I think that's just true. in life. And then, of course, we have Rachel in the dilemma. I mean, first of all, it wasn't really a dilemma. She got a nice little promotion, which I'm so happy that Rachel's career is going well. I hope it continues to do well. I think she deserves it. You know, it's just so satisfying to see her be successful on her own without relying on her parents' money, you know what I mean? And for a kid who grew up with so much privilege and just gifts in general, it makes it even more rewarding, because that's even harder for someone who's accustomed to getting so many things in their life for free, and for them to not be spoiled and instead work hard from the bottom and like slowly go up. That's awesome. I'm so happy for Rachel. But then now she has the dilemma of which assistant to hire. The one who is good at their job, who's responsible, is gonna do everything you need them to do, or the good-looking guy. And it's amusing, but there is just truth that there is an extreme bias in this world with virtually everyone, whether you're trying to work against it or not. But if you're an attractive person, you do have an advantage in many aspects of your life, including in your career. It's just there's so many studies proving the way that people treat people who are good looking. But just it was great seeing Rachel, you know, wrestle with her conscience about what to do. And when he brought the plant back, it was too much. She couldn't follow her conscience. She had to go with her heart or her feelings. Is that her heart technically? I'm not sure. Probably not. But I really like how they ended that storyline, and I'm not even sure if it's fully over. I kind of hope we see more of that in the next couple of episodes, because I feel like there's more amusing scenarios to be used from this situation with Rachel's attractive assistant, right? But just the fact that Phoebe showed up and, like, you know, she had the bright orange like sweater thingy on, like she was ready to go. And I will say I'm blanking on the lines that Phoebe had, but she had several really, really good lines. One of her lines that stood out to me as really strong was her response to figuring out, like, her sarcastic response when Joey is like, he wanted me to audition. She's like, really? An actor? Something like that. But the delivery of that was just spot on. And speaking of that, of course, we have Joey in kind of a difficult situation where, you know, he's feeling a little bit full of himself, like he's on top of the world. And I can get that, right? Like, it's hard not to get excited, I feel like, when you have a big break, especially, I imagine, in something like show business, right? You probably do feel like you're on top of the world if you land your own show. But the reality of it is that anything can get canceled at any time, and show business is kind of a brutal career choice in many ways, because it's so competitive and so few people actually succeed, and there's so many factors outside of your control. It's like you could be the best actor in the world, but if you have horrible writers on the show, how good is it actually going to be? But anyways, we have Joey kind of like storming out of the office thinking he's better than he needs to be to audition, and then of course next second later his show is canceled. But thankfully it had a good ending. I was worried for a second. You know, Joey has had so many like down periods in his career, in his financial life, that I'm relieved that at least he's back on Days of Our Lives, back as Drake Ramore, back from the dead. I mean, he fell down an elevator shaft. It's like, that's not a fatal blow for a soap opera, right? As someone who I don't think have ever seen a soap opera show, I can just confidently say that that's nothing. You can recover from falling down an elevator. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, but I thought that the storyline, just the joke of the dilemma of the friends having to tell Joey how much his show sucked, you know, was just a funny kind of relatable thing. Because I'm sure at some point in your life you've had friends who are really excited about something that you are not at all excited about and you think is not very high quality. And that's kind of a tricky situation to navigate, right? Do you just be brutally honest? Do you be honest in a kind way? Or do you kind of dodge the truth a little bit? You know, what do you do? What are people's opinions on that in general? Not for this specific case, but like with your friends. Let's say they do something, they paint something, they create something, they're working on something that you genuinely think is just horrible. Obviously, I think if they're asking for honest feedback so that they can improve, you just give the honest feedback if you're a good friend. But if they're not asking for honest feedback, you can tell they're kind of looking for encouragement. How do you perfectly handle that situation? Is there any one way, or is it case by case? Is the truth always the best answer? But I thought that was just a funny joke when Phoebe just went up and hugged Joey, right? Avoiding having to say anything about what she thought of the show. But then I thought it was actually even better as a setup to the real joke later on in the episode when Rachel and Phoebe both simultaneously had the best response. It was just, I thought that was very well done. But I hope you guys enjoyed these reactions. Let me know in the comments down below if you thought these episodes were as funny. Like, did they stand out to you as well as particularly funny, or were they just another 2 enjoyable episodes of Friends? Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. As always, the full unedited reaction is up on Patreon along with future episodes of season 7 of Friends. If you don't want to wait and you'd care to support the channel, thank you so much for watching. And as always, remember, be active, be mindful, and be a hero.